You see my bike right there? There's like 2 feet of snow outside and I can't ride my bike. I cannot wait for it to warm up. Tonight's dinner actually starts a couple days in advance because when you make ribs of any kind, beef or pork or whatever, you want them to sit in their dry rub for a couple of days. So I have this A1 bold original that I like to use. My stepmom calls it magic dust. And then right here, I have about 4.5 pounds of beef back ribs. I'm using these because they were on sale and they were in the freezer. So on go the gloves. Actually, I'll do this hand. And we're just gonna sprinkle this magic dust all over my ribs. And we're gonna stick them in this 9x13 glass pan. Ooh. That is all I need to do for now. They're going in the fridge and I'll see you in 2 days. Well, it has been a couple days and I am about to put my beef ribs into my Instant Pot. So what you want is a sharp knife like that. I might use this slicing knife. I'm just gonna cut the ribs into smaller pieces and throw them in the Instant Pot just the way they are. So that's what they look like right now. Maybe 2 ribs will fit at a time. Beef ribs are huge. I'm just gonna throw them in, nothing special. And in they go. I get those gloves at Sam's Club, in case you're wondering. That's what my Instant Pot looks like. It filled almost to the top, but like I said, there's no liquid or anything in there. So I am going to turn it on and get started. Put it on seal, and then the instructions I read had differing opinions. We're definitely going to do manual right here. And some people said to do like 20 minutes, but when you cook ribs in the oven, they're in there for like 3 hours. So I'm actually going to do 45 minutes and then let it sit to 45. And then when it's done, we'll just let it sit there. While we wait for our ribs to cook, I know some people wanted a little pantry tour, so let's do that right now. I know my pantry is absolutely enormous. I'm very lucky. Okay, so here we go. This is what the pantry looks like right now. There's a lot of stuff in here. I have a ton of protein powder down there. All right, baking things on the right. There we go. So here's my freezer, completely full of meat, as you can see. Got some frozen raspberries on that side, some butter. And then down here, a whole bunch of random stuff. Tons of yogurt, eggs, potatoes and onions down on the bottom, butter, yogurt, and some random drinks. Is the chest freezer. And fairly full also. I have a whole hodgepodge of stuff in here. I have a lot of bread, a lot of meat, a lot of like frozen veggies and fruits, like this kind of stuff. A lot of it's bread. I probably have 8 loaves of bread. And then these are my kids' pre-made sandwiches for lunches that they'll come and grab a sandwich and stick it in their lunchbox. So that's the freezer. I'm not going to run out anytime soon. And this is January 10th, so I'm already 10 days into this. Storage room in the basement. Here we go. And here's another good reason why I don't think I'm going to run out of stuff and I'm not going to have to spend a lot to stock back up. Because of this. And seriously, I've not been shopping in 10 days. So just a quick peek. We're actually running really low on cereal. This is all we have right now. That and that. But I've got some pancake mix, you know, Kodiak cakes there. A bunch of bags of pretzels. A bunch of oatmeal. All those biscuit packages I've been making, I have a whole bunch more cases. I got these cases. The case
was $1 each, and there's 9 in each one. Crazy, right? Tons of juice boxes for the kids. Home canned tomatoes, pasta, canned beans, dried beans, granola bars is right here. I've got canned peaches and pears over here. Tons of peanut butter. I'm not going to run out for a while. That's local honey in those 2 jars right there. Homemade jams, more peaches, barbecue sauce, a couple of random sauces right there. This is all like jams. There's some crackers back there. Homemade pickles. There's my pears. Some syrup, some spaghetti sauce, some homemade salsa, canned apples. I didn't realize I still had those. And a whole bunch of random like canned plums and canned green beans and canned zucchini. And these are all dried beans. These are kidney beans, and those are navy beans, that whole box. Hope you enjoyed the pantry tour, and I'll see you in a couple hours for how the ribs turned out.
So I'm working on my side dish for dinner right now, which is a stick of butter. Just kidding. I have a stick of butter in this big bowl right here, to which I will add boiled potatoes. I just have russet potatoes. They're actually the best for mashing because they absorb all of the liquid and stuff you're gonna put in there. Woo! Steamy. My stick of butter at the bottom, which is probably currently melting. And I will take this opportunity to add some salt, a lot of salt, and black pepper, a lot of salt. Like I said in the other video, potatoes can take a lot of salt. And I hope I don't run out of pepper before the month is over, because I think that's all I have. That would be sad. Okay, so we have our salt and pepper, and remember we can taste and add more. Whew, if I don't pepper spray myself. And then some kind of milky product. So I like to add like cream or half and half, or evaporated milk. Cream cheese is really good. I happen to have half and half in the fridge that needs to be used, so I'm gonna add that today. And put some muscle into it. As it turns out, when you do it on manual, you actually have to push the manual button a second time for it to turn on, which I did not do. So instead of actually cooking, it was on warm this entire time. So it looks like we're gonna be eating leftovers tonight, and we will be eating this tomorrow. I'm finally done. I ended up cooking the ribs for an hour and then let them sit for another hour, and they fell off the bone. So I took them off all the bone and shredded it up. And this is my favorite way to eat beef ribs because they're really fatty, so it's good to shred them, is a bed of mashed potatoes, top it with the hot ribs, a little sprinkle of barbecue sauce, and you have yourself a bowl of goodness. We've got some corn and green beans on the side, and that is dinner.